got that G and my nullos. I'm just saying. We pull up to the scene, they be filled with jealousy. If a bitch get
stop
finicky, she gon' bring the energy. I hit a phone with a
3, 2, 1, action.
Dividend.
I got chills, then multiply.
So hello everyone, Saudi, and I'm back for yet another video, and I hope you guys are having a great time. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Honey, I almost felt that God. Woo, this place be small and tiny, honey. But let's make it work, okay? So I know you guys, yes, I'm an investing hairstylist, and you guys know that by now.
This ain't no allegedly.
So let's get into this video. So I just found this out and I was like, wait, you know what? Let's go. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments below what's going on. How is life treating you guys? Because, woof, honey, it's not easy and I get it. Yes, life is like,
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait a minute, who am I? That's a Raven moment.
But it is what it is. We are still pushing forward because the goal and the dream we have is bigger than all those little problems that we have today. Like, I believe that every problem has an expiration. It's just my stay, it's just my way, it's just my style. That's why when people hurt me, I'm like, okay, you know, and I keep it moving, forgive them and forget them and just keep moving, honey, okay?
The woman I'm trying to become would draw no satisfaction from this at all. Fortunately, I'm not that woman just yet.
So, in today's video, I'll show you guys why I am so excited about this video is because I've always heard that people will just go, they call it the all-in effect or the FOMO effect and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I believe that there is something called dollar cost averaging, and I believe that's the best way.
Today I want to talk about dollar cost averaging.
A dollar cost averaging investment is the best form of investing for anyone. So when I see new beginners, they're like, oh my god, I'm going into the investment and I just went all in at once. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I fell into that trap, and believe me, I got fucked by the stock market because of that, you know, FOMO, going all in at once. I didn't know better and I started investing. That was October last year. Right, so along the way I have learned a lot about investing, and believe me, if someone tells me, oh my god, this stock just flew 300%, oh buy now, I'm like, fuck no, you can't pay me to buy a stock that have grown about 50% right there in my face. Like,
The is getting hot in this sweater dress. Let me turn on the fan real quick.
I always buy the dip, and I don't rush, and I stack it. In today's video, let's see what dollar cost averaging is all about, okay? I'll show you guys how I do my investments. I do dollar stock averaging. So dollar stock averaging is when someone decides, rather than, if let me say you have $10,000, right, for example, or $1,000, and you found a stock that you're interested in, and you're like, oh my god, I want that stock right now, and you see the price maybe is at $2, and you're like, okay, I am dumping all this $10,000 or $1,000 straight into that stock. Now what you've just done is what we call going all in at once.
Oh shit.
Okay, or there is a stock that was $150 and then it jumps to $2.50, and you're like, oh my god, you know, and then you just went all in with the $10,000 or the $1,000 you have. What you've done is called a FOMO.
One time.
A all-in is when you go all at once into one stock and you didn't even think about it, or you saw something flying so high and you're like, oh my god, I have to get into it too, and you just go all in. Now that is a FOMO, because sometimes when you go into that, the stock may now drop, and when it drops, what we call that stock, if it goes up within a week and drops, it's called a pump and a dump.
A pump and dump is probably as old as some of the oldest professions in the world. Let's just put it this way, right? A pump and dump is essentially me buying a stock dirt cheap, specifically a stock that doesn't have a lot of value, which is usually some sort of a penny stock or some stock on the pink sheets, usually companies that don't do so well. So that means they have a small market cap and they have a very low price. So that means that they're easily manipulated. So you buy the stock and then you have a bunch of people pump the stock. What do you mean pump the stock? Well, you have bankers or marketers, people on social media promote the stock for you, and they create this sense that, well, this stock is insanely underpriced, get this penny stock, this is gonna go 100x, 1000x, whatever. A lot of these unexperienced new investors that don't know what a pump and dump is buy into it because they see the price starts to go up, because as you know, demand goes up, price goes up, and that is exponentially stronger with the small cap stock. Just a little bit of demand goes, sends it parabolic. So now it's on everybody's radar, and it's kind of the snowball effect, right? People are seeing, wow, this stock is going crazy, I want to get in on this.
Okay.
That's when you get the FOMO, fear of missing out. People start buying it even more, it goes parabolic even more. It's a classic pyramid scheme just of the stock market. So people are buying into the stock. So what happens is now at this point, I'm sitting high with my stock that have a cost basis of 10 cents. Now the stock is worth $100. What I do, I sell all of my shares immediately. What happens when I sell all my shares immediately? Of course, I become a gazillionaire. And what happens is, because there's such a selling pressure on the stock, this price drops like somebody pulls a rug under your feet. It goes from 100 to 15 within minutes. Now what happens? All of these investors are starting selling like crazy because they're seeing their money going down the drain. So again, the opposite snowball effect starts when everybody's trying to sell, pushing the price even further down. And now there's a stampede towards the door. People are trying to get out. And of course, as you know, most of them will not get out. And 99.9% of them will be what you call bag holders.
Some short traders will do that. They will pump a stock, then after that, if it's at the high and then you and me we buy it because we want it long term, then they can dump it. They start selling off. That's the dumping. Once they start selling off, they're dumping it, and now you are now at a loss. And I've seen a lot of people have been through that. Believe me, my portfolio, I will reveal it real soon for you guys, and the value and everything, and I went into that and it fucked me over big time. And I don't want you guys that are new investors after me to go through the same stuff, okay? Because the stock market can be crazy, and sometimes it's a lot for, especially when you're using Webull or Crypto.com. Robinhood is easier, Cash App is easier, but Webull gives more opportunities. Like Coinbase, they all give like interest. You can have interest receivables. You can, make those interest on the side or stuff like that. And that's why I use Webull, Crypto.com, Cash App, and Robinhood. I use them all, but I'll be talking about Webull with you guys today. So now I said dollar cost average. How do I do it? Now I'll show you my ORC. This is my dividend stock. This is my dividend portfolio, right? Now, when my goal is to have 30,000 shares of this stock to pay me dividends, so that way I can retire and I don't have to worry about corporate America, because corporate America, I'm done with that BS. I've created my own table, but if my table is gone, I want to have something that I can fall back on. So how do you do a dollar cost average? For example, when I started this stuff, I wanted 30,000 rather than going in when it was at the first time I bought it. I'll show you guys when I started buying this stock. Okay, let's show you guys what a dollar cost averaging looks like. Okay, so I bought the first shares March 3rd, right? March 3rd. Can you guys see the price? The price was at $5.94. Now, if I had just gone all in with, then I had just for 5, but let's say I had $1,000 and I just bought at 5.94 cents. I just bought $1,000 worth of shares. What would have happened is that if it comes down, I'll be fucked so bad, because I'll show you guys the recent price of the stock today.
Period.
Now it went up, so what I do is I buy them in bits. When you buy them in bits, like every week, see on the 30th, April 1st, April 5th, April, when you're buying them in batches, what you're doing is called dollar cost averaging. You're not buying them all at once, because then your stock can come in different prices. The market is never steady. It's never going just up or just going down. Sometimes it goes up, goes down, goes up, then after that it shoots up, then after that it breaks down a little bit, then goes up, down, up, then shoots up again. It has that momentarily drops. We call them the dips, okay?
Yes, we've had a little incident. Can you send an ambulance to 4352 Seneca?
So if you can tell, almost every week I just kept adding. So when there is a drop, like April 19, you see I bought 7. Now what it does, it will bring down my average, so that way this stock I bought at 594 may now be at 580 something. Okay, so 5.80 something, and I just kept buying. Then when there is a dip, when it's 541, I just loaded 100. You see, I just kept buying, sold a little bit, then bought back, because I was like, okay, you know what, it's time to just take this seriously. Then May 27th, I bought, you see, 400 shares of it, and I just kept going. Whenever it drops, I buy. I just keep buying, provided it's under $6 and it's under my average of 5.94, the first one I bought. And you see, it just keeps going down, going up, changing when there's a drop in the market. So what I've done is that now 566, and now let's see what we have today. This stock now goes for $5 a share. So now imagine if I had a $1,000 or $10,000, for example, and I just threw it all at once at 5.94. I would have been down so much, like 900 and something, like it would have been so bad. You see what I'm saying? And then you now have to buy a lot of dipping, okay?
What's so funny?
Now I can still buy dips because my goal is 30,000 shares. I'm at 12,911 shares, which means I still have about 16,099 shares I still have to get to complete my goal, okay?
A lot.
Now, why I'm saying this, see, was it a day or two ago I bought at 5. That is what you call dollar cost averaging. I'm not going all in at once. Every week, anytime there is a drop, if I have little money, I throw it in. So another way to also do dollar cost averaging is that if you're to buy a stock and you want, let's say, 10,000 shares of a stock, to dollar cost average, if the stock is, let's say, $5, right? You can do it at, I want 2,000 shares at $5. I want 2,000 shares at $4.80. I want 2,000 shares at $4.60. I want 2,000 shares at $4.40, and I want 2,000 shares at $4. You see? So when you stack it that way, you're having $4 price, $4.20 price, $4.40 price, $4.60 price, $4.80 price, and $5 price. So that way, if there's any drop, you are getting it at those averages. And what happens is that it will give you an average of all combined. So that way, your dollar cost per average for every stock would not be so high. Because if you just go all in at once at $5, if it drops to 4, that is a lot of coverage that you have to buy the dip. So that's why I love dollar cost average, because what happens is that it reduces your risk of doing what we call FOMO, or doing what we call investing a lot of money into a stock when you have a particular budget that you wanted to spend for that investment. Okay, I love you all so much. I hope this makes sense, rather than just going, especially new investors and people that are like, oh my god, I want the next big thing, I want the next meme stock. Look at AMC. AMC was at $2, went to $8, went to $20, went to $40, went to $60. As we speak, it's now at $36. You see, so if you were one of those who bought it at $50-$60, guess what? And it's now dropped to $36. And you went all in, or you FOMO'd all at once. What has happened now is that you now have this huge gap of deficiency and loss in your stuff.
I'm sorry, but
and it's not a loss until you sell up. But let's be real, it still hurts that you didn't get a nice color, a nice dollar cost average, okay? That's why it's always advisable to buy in batches, like every week or every month. You invest in a stock you are interested in, rather than going all in at once, okay? Because sometimes there are these unexpected sudden drops, and it can hit your average, and guess what? you can get it at a better price, which can drag your average down. Okay, so that's how we do it. Look at that. I have that red, that's a much less, but I'll keep buying because I've not gotten to my goal yet. But that hurts to see that. So if I'd got it, you know, if I'd done more of the averaging down or bought at the lower average, I would have had an additional 1,000 shares to what I already have right now. You see what I'm saying? So I hope this helps you guys, that dollar cost averaging investment is the best way to invest. When people FOMO, please stay away. Don't join them. I have gotten burnt so many times, and I don't want you guys to go through the same thing. So yeah, that is how you dollar cost average. Okay, don't put them all at once at one particular price. Stack them. Okay, at an interval of 10 cents or 20 cents or $1 or $2, whichever way you want to stack them, and then just say arrange it and leave it there. Okay, and you never know, it may hit your average, which is better for you, so you will get a better limit price for your investments and better cost dollar average for yourselves. Okay, I love you all so much, and I hope this helps. And until next time, you guys saw I showed you guys how I dollar stocks it. Sometimes it went down to $4.20, and I bought more, so to bring down my average, and it works. Okay, and I'll keep buying whenever it drops. Whenever I have my dividends, which comes in the next 2 or 3 days, I will do a video to show you guys what I made this month for my dividends. Okay, and from Salvady, Dove Style Studios, some that will not be using that, but from Dove Daniels, it is what it is. I love you all so much. I'm so happy that I'm sharing knowledge with you guys.
Cause I'm loving myself real good.
Did you guys hear that? I'm scared.
In a way that you never could.